All right, it gives me great pleasure to be able to talk to the Prince Albert Toastmasters here this evening. For those of you who are not here this evening, this is where I am. You can see their banner up here. I wanted to talk about freedom along the lines of what Elaine had mentioned, that I'm on a long walk, and the theme of my walk is freedom. Walking to me is a gesture of freedom. It's an expression of freedom. And it's my firm conviction that it is something that is important to each and every one of us. Just a quick round of answers maybe. For example, what do you think of freedom? Isn't freedom important to you rather?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so what does freedom look like approximately?
Freedom looks like never having to look behind me, never having to be concerned about violence that we see in the other parts of the world right now. So freedom to do what I want to do, when I want to do it, how I want to do it.
Well, thank you, very well said. Anybody else? An idea on, Don, what do you think of freedom?
I guess it's a feeling of not only confidence, but just be able to express ourselves, just goodwill from within.
Goodwill. All right. Anybody? How about a lady? How about Jackie? What do you think of freedom? Is freedom really important to you?
Yes, it is, because there are no limit or boundaries. I am able to do what I wish to do without anyone telling me what to do.
You see, freedom seems to be important for everybody. And it is my firm conviction that freedom is not only important to us human beings, it's important to all sentient beings. Anybody who's ever baited a hook with a worm, you can feel that worm. It doesn't want to be baited. It sort of struggles, and you can feel its muscles tense up. This is because it is our nature to not want to be molested in some way. So for me to define, coming back, because I'm going to relate what shared my ideas, you've shared, some of you have shared your ideas on freedom. I'll share with you my ideas on what freedom is. But it's also important to talk about how that freedom could be and what that freedom actually looks like. Freedom to me is like a moral or principled exercise of will. So in other words, if I think that I can just do anything and just tromp all over your field, your wheat field, then yeah, I'm free to do that, but then you're also free to tell me, hang on a second here, you can't do that. So it's, if I have principles behind it, then I won't do that. I'll only go so far as the principles. So that's what it is for me. And allow me to expand a little bit on that, to talk about a little bit about the how I think that we can not only increase our freedoms, but maintain the freedoms that so many people have gone to the wall through history for. The first, I'm going to share two aspects of freedom. The first one is the individual expression of freedom within ourselves. And the second one is the freedoms that we enjoy amongst others, within a group, within society, you might say. Now, along the lines of the first one, I text my wife every night if I've got phone access. And one night she said, I think you should have called this the health walk, not the freedom walk. I thought, well, that's kind of strange. I mean, here I am, partway into it. I don't know if I could go change it already. It already says freedom walk on the bottom of my flag. But I thought about that as I walked for hours and hours. I thought, you know what, they're related. But I think that individually, health is a precursor to freedom. If we think about it, if we are very ill for some reason, lying in a hospital bed, physically, how free are we? So you could say that there's a corollary between our health and our freedom. And this could be any form of health. This can be mental health, this can be physical health, this can be our emotional health, our spiritual health, our financial health even. And of course, there's parts of our health that we have control over, and there's parts of our health that we don't have control over. But those parts that we have control over, if we exercise our will to improve them, we become more free internally. Now, the second one has to do with relating to others. And we help a lot of that here at Toastmasters. Because if we are socially anxious, or if we harbor a lot of anger, we do not relate with others very well. And we kill the potential to develop friendship. And to me, friendship or friendliness is the beginning of freedom among others. Because if we're truly friends, we won't violate each other. I won't go running across Don's wheat field if I know it's important to him and he's my friend. And because of that, we'll have peace between us. When we have peace among each other, we have freedom. So this is my hypothesis on how we can create greater freedom and maintain the freedoms that we have. By realizing what freedom is for ourselves, and in my case, it's a principled or a moral exercise of will, and then realize the action steps that we can take both within ourselves and among our fellow human beings. In my case, I take the approach of health. I think it's very important. All aspects of health, physical health, mental health, emotional health, and as well as spiritual health, you might want to call it, to create a stronger, more effective human being in the society. And then from that, we can develop friendships. And from our friendships comes peace. When we have peace, we can have a greater freedom in our world.